Hello my friends and viewers of my YouTube channel, and today is Thursday the 11th January 2018. So this will be my second clip for you guys, actually on the second week here, where we're moving towards the end of the second week. And before I start my clip from today, I will share something very important with you. I was on my YouTube channel today, and before I actually did that, I was on one of those channels, which is one of my favorites also, and they call it Suspicious Observers. It was very early in the morning, and they have given out already, their daily report, which included also a report on a big comet, which was surprisingly, and NASA cannot explain that, spinning around and stop moving and changing direction. And I was wondering actually what was going on. I put that on Facebook because it was very interesting, and I put the whole clip from this channel on my Facebook site. And after I have posted that, a little bit later on, I received a message from my dear friend Alida in South Africa, Kroonstad, and she sent me over some amazing picture. So what you see here is a picture 2 days ago, I believe, which she took very late in the evening. And you can see the moon in this picture. This is this area here. Moon picture is a little bit different here as it shows up here on my laptop right now. And you see this object here. So when I put those two objects, or those two pictures I had together, the one from the channel of a Suspicious Observer about the comet, and I put her picture together, which she sent me, it seems like she catched actually this comet here, which she took 2 days ago. I will go on right now and will show you another picture which she sent me over, and this object actually within 24 hours, have changed the position, but is still the same object to see. Like you can see here in the second picture, the object is still there to see. Looks a little bit different from the angle where she actually took the picture, and it's quite amazing because this looks like a big object. And if this is the comet they was talking about, which is heading towards Earth, then it's an amazing capture what she did here. She then took this picture actually yesterday night, and not to forget, she is 7-8 hours ahead of us in South Africa. So where you see this is the moon here, the object was before here in the first two pictures. Now you can see the object moved up there. I cannot say how close this object is and in what direction, where it came from and where it is moving, but it looks like it moved over here to the side. Let me show you another picture, and then we go on with some other very important report here. This is the last picture from the two pictures she sent me actually today, where you can see where the cursor is. This is the object. Move just a little bit more to the left, and underneath, like you can see, is the moon. They had also chemtrails and clouds in the sky, but you can still see, the moon here, and the object very, very close and very clear to see in this picture. So thanks to South Africa over there. Thanks for the picture. I used it, and I'm pretty sure the viewers will appreciate your effort to send it over to me, Alida. Bye bye. So my friends, now we're going on with some of the pictures, and I did enhancement already. This picture here is already put in negative format, and you will see here, this is the area where the sun actually went down. There's a little object here, something is here to the side. You can also see on top here where the chemtrail actually came down after the sunset took place. There's something behind the chemtrails, and you can see here on the other side here is a little object, and something is over here. If this would be one object, just one object, if you go around here like that, this would be actually a huge object. So I hope this is not the case. I hope it is just separating here to the chemtrails and to the way I took the picture, that these are some smaller objects here in this negative picture. And I will go on and show you some more. In the second one here, you will see that there is something here on the top, another one here, and then we go over here. What we have here to the right side is just a little spot I just have shown you a little bit earlier, and it's hiding behind the chemtrails. So this is the spot actually where the sun went down. You can see a little spot sneaking out here. What you see underneath here is the lens flare. It's coming out here a little bit. You see it's a little bit blurry. It's also here a little spot. Then you see on top here, you see something. You see another round object here, and just something here. What I do have to explain at this moment here, I believe those different stars and moons which come actually closer and are in our solar system right now, we have cold stars and we have dwarfs, stellar courses. So I believe the one you see here, which appears very black here in my enhanced and negative picture, these are objects, they're enhancing some kind of a sort of light, reflecting light back, having light to certain points by themselves. That's why they appear very dark here, like our sun actually, because our sun is very hot, very bright, and you can see our sun in the negative pictures as a dark, very dark round object. So if you see some other objects around here, like cold objects, you will see they appear in the pictures actually like light gray, a little bit darker gray, but I think it is in reflection. If they get some reflection from the sun, it could be also that these are shadows into the chemtrails, why they appear like that. It depends, you know, how far away they are. But like I said, we have these cold objects which almost illuminating no light at all, and but they're still throwing, I believe, shadows into the chemtrails, reflecting a little bit back. I don't know if this has something to do with the chemtrails, or you know what, I cannot explain it, but I do believe and I know these are black objects and they are hard to spot. And like you see, we can see them in a negative picture, but they're almost not to spot. If you don't know where to look at, you hardly find them. Let us go on with the next one. So here in this picture, it's very interesting because the sun went down here behind those thick chemtrails, and you can see the round object here. That's the back, I would say, you know, from the sun. Which then you have to look at this area here. It looks there's something very close at 1 or 2 o'clock position. If you look on top on here, you can see that here is a little something, and this area looks kind of weird, which could be maybe 1 or 2 objects, maybe in front of another object, You see here those little areas, looks like a little crown here, where I believe these are very small objects, or it could also be just the reflection of the chemtrails. All the way on top here, you see still these dark round objects, which I am not so sure, you know, how many we have here, how close they are, how far away. And here you can see some little small ones. They're all here, here, here. And here is still this other area here with some other smaller objects in it, I believe. So now let us go on. I will show you some other pictures with some other enhanced color lens, and then we go on to my video clip. Here you see another picture of the video clip. I was doing a screenshot. Down where the cursor is, you will see here, this is the area where the sun actually went down. There was another little object here on top, which is later on to see for you from you guys in 11 o'clock position. On top you see here a little glowing. You see something here in this area. And then we go on. This picture is already color enhanced with with a thermal lens, so you can see here's a heat source. This is the area what was actually looking pretty black and indicate that there is something here, which comes out also on the top. I believe here's a little area which is glowing. Then we have a little area here. See the round object here, right, sneaking out between or out of the chemtrails as a shadow and reflecting back from the sun. This is another picture here, which is already enhanced with a thermal lens, so you can see the bright aurora around the sun rays coming out here. You see some camera lens flares down here at the bottom, some reflection here from this area. You see the sun looks very, very weird, like it looks the last couple of months, I would say. Then we have a little object coming out here. You can see it is very bright and shiny like our sun. You see the aurora here around the sun in green and yellow. And it looks like here in this area, very close, is another object. But it could be also an illuminating into the chemtrails and just being reflected from our sun. Another very interesting part here of this picture. You see here where the sun went down. It's going behind the chemtrails. It's illuminating out here. You see something glowing out here to the 2 o'clock position in yellowish looking. That's a thermal lens here, so you see the heat here. And I capture something on the other side, which would be a little bit more farther out here, which I believe is the 11 and 10 o'clock position. There's another round object, very interesting when I took the screenshots, and I think now I will go on and show you the whole clip, guys, and I hope you have fun with it. I just promised you I start with the video, but I had to show you this picture here too. It is also a thermal picture, you know, already with enhanced with color and heat. So you see the sun is here, the sun is going down. On top on it is still another white glowing object. And here on the side, to the right side, I hope I can show it a little bit better. If I just move this around a little bit and play a little bit around with the camera here right now, with my laptop. So you see that there is an object which is coming out, you know, at 1 or 2 o'clock position. This area might be is the big object which I always capture, but it was very hard to see today. What you see on top is a white light, some more reflecting objects here, here and there. You have to look around. There's another little beady one. I believe here is a little bit more on this side. And this here to the left side, which would be again the 2 o'clock position, which I showed you before. It's a very, very interesting spot. And this object, it looks like it's pretty big. It's pretty huge, I would say. It's hiding and it's coming right out behind those chemtrails, and is shining, reflecting. It shows also that it have some kind of heat. It's not totally hot, you know, like our sun or like other objects we have captured here, or they're very close to the sun and reflecting much better. But this object here has some kind of heat source, and you can see it is there, and it is on a 10-11 o'clock position, a little bit farther out than the other. So now I will go on with my clip and you guys enjoy it. I will start here right now with my recording clip, where you can see the sun had a very, very funny shape actually. You see the aurora of the sun or of the sun simulator, whatever it is. You can see right now the difference. You see the bright light, the shape is very awkward. You see the aurora in green, which indicates it's very hot. Then you see the yellow aurora, you see the red aurora, and you also can see the sun is going off and on. It looks like it is flickering a little bit, but then again it's also flickering a little bit when this little grass halm, this little piece of whatever it was in front of my camera, and I haven't seen it before. I saw it later on doing the clip, so you can see it going from the left to the right, but later on, within a little bit later recording, I moved the tripod around a little bit so it won't bother no more. You will see at this moment here right now, let me light this up a little bit here. Just let me light this up a little bit here, because it still was very bright at this time. When the sun came down a little bit lower, actually it started getting very dark, which I explained in my video clip here. But I decided to speak here again and do a different recording here on this, because I would like to explain something. You see here to the left side on the bottom, you see the water here, the ocean. Here is the shadow reflection into my lens and also into my telescope lens. It's a little shadow here. And here you see the lens flare from the camera, the ghostly lens flares. And what you see here is the sun. What you see here at 1 and 2 o'clock position, and you have to look at this area here, exactly at this area where you see the red, which indicates it's a hot spot, it's warm, and you see it is coming out here. I believe it is a reflection here, double reflection, but I'm not so sure about it. But you see the aurora from the sun is going with this object to the upper part, 1 or 2 o'clock position. The shape is really weird, what you can see here right now. You see here already all these chemtrails. The thickened chemtrails, actually, they started already here. You cannot see them right now that good in this video clip, or at this moment where the sun is still too high up. But you will see it to a later time that these chemtrails took already place underneath, and when the sun is so bright you actually don't see them that well, but you see already the color in orange and dark reddish looking, and it is very dense, like you can see. And what was funny, and what I really must say, which is funny to me, is you see the aurora all the way up here from this left part. You see it coming to the right side. What I'm wondering is what is blocking the sun here at this part, that the aurora is actually not going all the way down. I was wondering that by myself when I was looking at the clip, and I was trying to figure out why this is actually happening. I do believe that something is blocking this part here. And if this is the sun simulator, which is blocking the part of the aurora of the sun, then the sun simulator must be somewhere here in this area. You still see, you know, we have a little beady thing coming out here. There's also another thing here on the right side. We see already some other area where I believe this was also a little spot here, a little object. And like I said, again, you see the aurora is coming out here. You see this little 1 o'clock, like a ditch, like a little, you know, like there's a little ball hiding behind it, which makes it very interesting. Underneath in this area here, you see a little something popping out here. There's a little something. Here you see a little spot. I mean, for the people, they're doing this not that often. They start just looking at the sun and then wondering what we actually see. Here you see the spot here. And there was another one underneath. Let me explain again. When the sun is very, very bright, and the sun is shining very bright, and the sun simulator is in front of our sun, somewhere in space, the sun simulator actually makes the sun much brighter as the sun actually would appear if the sun simulator would not be placed in front of the sun. This gives, and here you see there's another little object thing here, I believe is something coming out. I believe, okay, I just let you see this a little bit closer here. I was moving the camera a little bit around to make certain things so that we see to some point, see those spots a little bit better. Let me hold it here. You will see again, this is the aurora I'm talking about, this area here. What you see here, it's on a tripod, but I cannot prevent when I'm outside and I'm standing on the pier and put the tripod, you know, on the wood part on the pier on top to let it run. People are walking around, and you know, and this gives this vibration actually into the picture. That's why you see sometimes doing the filming, you see the vibration, and this is when people are just walking around and stepping on the wood, and it makes the tripod. It's very sensitive, so that's what happened. Yeah, I was showing a little bit around because actually it was a nice day. Around midday it started being, you know, clouds open up. We had no rain. The sky was pretty blue to a certain point. And then later in the afternoon, when I start actually going to the beach, then all of a sudden, like so many cases before, the chemtrails taking place, they're coming in, they're spraying, and like you can see here, they're everywhere. Sun is illuminating into the chemtrails. So it makes it very hard actually, you know, to see and spot some things. This is a reflection here, I believe, into the chemtrails. There's this little spot here on top. There's a little something here. And the sun is going right now to disappear behind the chemtrails. You see the rays still coming out here a little bit, but now the sun was actually gone and disappeared. So you see on top here some little areas where it looks pretty round, these objects, where I cannot say at this moment 100% if these are some objects in the sky, if this is an illuminating of chemtrails. I'm not so sure here. I cannot say this 100%, even if these areas are looking very, very, very weird and too round for my taste, that I could say this is a cloud, a chemtrail cloud, because it is too weird. So like you see, the sun actually disappeared behind here. We still have this object from earlier here in this area. You see it's very bright. Very bright. There's a round object here. There's a little shiny object there. I was moving around the camera a little bit so that you can see what was going on actually around the chemtrails to the left and to the right side. So here right on top where the sun actually disappeared, you can see those little round objects, and then you see some shiny little things. You see this area here, white color. There's a little bit yellowish looking. Here's the white color. You see something here, it's illuminating out of the area. Here it looks funny. Sun just disappeared here behind. Now it looks like something is coming out from above. Yes, my friends, our skies are very, very weird, very strange. What can I say? I'm just observing the area, and I try to bring this out to you guys. Here you see something. Don't know what is this actually close to it. Could be a cloud, but this is not a cloud. Here's a little shadow. What you see here right on top is the lens flare. I was going back up. Show you this dark, very dark area here. And you can see those shiny areas, round ball areas. This was actually here. This is a lens flare. This goes away later on here. Also this area, you see it is moving around. Now it's gone. But here the sun was going here, down in this direction. On top you can see a bright white light. You see something coming out there. You see here a little object there, very tiny. There's a little something behind here. I would say this is also a little object. Yes, and right now you see on top here, you see there, I would say this is the 10 or 11 o'clock again. It looks like it's a little bit closer right now because, you know, the sun is still shining out here somehow behind those chemtrails and clouds, and you see this area here where it is still glowing and shiny. Also there's a little shadow here, but I cannot be so sure. You see on top on the chemtrails there was a little something, and you will see in a little bit in this area here, you will see, maybe you can see the shadow of a dark round object illuminating through it. So like I said, the chemtrails coming from above, it's pushing down where the sun actually goes down, and the sun is already behind here. This is the light which comes from above the chemtrails here. You see the light is still illuminating here into this chemtrail area. So I can brighten this up here a little bit. Yeah, we're still focusing on this area. You see here, it looks a dark round. Here's this illuminating reddish color. Looks like here's a little object. Sun is gone, and here are these thick, very thick chemtrails, and it is just shining through. A very funny area there. Here was a funny area which I captured later on with my enhancement and the negative, and I thought in this left area there was also some objects hiding in the chemtrail area here. I saw them as lighter gray round objects. There's a little something like you can see here right now. You see the water is actually underneath here somewhere. These are the chemtrails area, and it's illuminating out a little bit. Here's a little spot, and this area here is pretty interesting. Like I said, the sun is gone. The sun is not coming out no more at this moment. This is the area which I enhanced later with thermal lens and the negative. Still illuminating out. Here's a little spot left, and here underneath. I had to adjust today a couple of times my camera. I did not know what actually was happening all the time when I thought it was already adjusted. You see this area here, very interesting here. And there was these light grayish balls, not very dark, which I saw in the negative. These areas are also very interesting, and I had to see that my camera just was, you know, not sharp enough. You know, it was not sharp really. You know, it was going back and forth, and I had to adjust it again. You see this little spot here, very interesting. Sun is all the way down, way down, and this is one of the areas and spots which I captured for a little bit longer and was focusing on this little light area there. This is never ever a cloud which stays there as a round ball for a longer time and is illuminating. This is an object, my friends. So we're almost done here. I hope you enjoyed my clip. I hope I could show you actually what I have captured today. Like I said, I'm very sorry that I had to adjust a couple of times, and even with the tripod, and later on I had the camera in my hand just to show you the surroundings, that you still could see what I was capturing. This was all for today. I hope you all have a good night, enjoyed my clips. See you to another day, another time. You all stay safe, and hope to see you again back here on my channel. You all have a good night, stay safe, watch the cell phone users, and watch the sky, my friends. Bye bye. Before I actually leave here the area, I would like to show you this clip again. I took this clip 2 days ago where the sky was clogged up, you know, with clouds, and like you can see. And I will show you some areas here where you can see, even with the clouds, you can see those little round objects. They are shining out. Some of them also have a ray, like the sun have a ray shining out, so you can see on some of these objects coming a ray off of it. It's very interesting. I saw that 2 days ago, and I thought I put this out here too for you guys, so you can look at this here. It is just, you know, 1.5 minute clip, but you can spot this area here, what I was talking about, and I will point it out to you in a little bit. Focus on this area here. It's a very interesting area here. I hope you can see it. Sadly it is gone. Then watch this area. It looks kind of weird, very dark looking. And you see those little objects here, and one is on the other side, right underneath. Very interesting in the daytime sky, and there must be illuminated from the sun, so very interesting. And also here a little spot. So you all have a good night. Bye bye, see you.